Hey, welcome into Sports with Balls. 30 minutes behind, but that's all right. We had some technical difficulties, but we are here at Christian's Tailgate in the Heights. 5 locations in Houston, Texas, where, having an absolute blast. We were in the back over here. It's loud out front. The Sweet 16 is in full effect. Kansas State is at halftime with Michigan State. And look, I took Kansas State, so I'm looking good right now, up by 5. And joined by the one and only Mike Scarborough, ex-TCU, ex-Longhorn alumni football team. How's it going, Mike?
Man, it's good.
Friend of the show, been on the show a few times.
I
cannot wait to see the comments that roll through here by having you on the show. I'm sure Austin Bauer is going to have something to say.
Austin, hey,
I'm sure a few people will jump on and have something to say. But welcome to Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael. He is Mike Scarborough. Again, we're at Christian's Tailgate watching the Sweet 16. I need some wins tonight. I'm not gonna lie. I need some wins.
Pay them bills, boy.
I know. It is a rough go of it. Well, actually, man, I can't even say that. Honestly, I'm way up the last 3 or 4 weeks. Like my bookie hates me.
Okay.
But I'm down right now after only one day.
But has he paid you?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 weeks I got paid out. 3 straight weeks. That's pretty damn good.
That is. You keep on robbing him. He might not.
Well, so I had a conversation with my buddy about this too. Joe Applewhite, who you're very familiar with.
Joe, yes, sir.
He was like, "Don't win too much," and I'm like, "Well, that's almost impossible. What do you mean, don't win too much? Am I supposed to lose, or my bookie kicks me off? Like that doesn't make any sense." Kevin Anthony said, "What's up, Mike Scarborough?" Chewy's on the line. What's up, Chewy? Oh man, we are over here at Christian's Tailgate. Excited to have Mike Scarborough here for Sports with Balls.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable, man.
Good.
I feel very, very comfortable.
I'm a little warm, but I think it's because I'm sitting next to you.
You went jogging the other day. Look, we were talking a minute ago. So you're trying to lose a little bit of weight.
Well.
So you were jogging. You saw my co-host Lauren Lee walking.
More like a wog.
A
like
wog? You went wogging.
Wogging.
You went wogging. All right. Well, I didn't know that was such a thing, but you went.
Well, Ron Burgundy tried it.
Did he?
Yeah, in the movie.
I'm not too familiar.
This thing called wogging.
Is that really a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta watch that movie again.
Come
man.
on.
I gotta get it, man. I gotta get it. But speaking of being comfortable, we're gonna start the show off with a bang. All right. And what better way to start the show off than Holly Sanders? I don't know if you guys are familiar with who Holly Saunders is. She was the ex-Golf Channel host. Very, very good looking. Go follow her on Twitter. She is planning on starting or launching a new topless sports league.
Hashtag.
So we were talking we were talking before the show about a certain aspect of the human anatomy.
Yeah. So how does that work?
I'm trying to figure this out, man. I'm trying to figure out what sports she's gonna have in her league.
So as part of making the team, you have to like
topless?
and your titties have to.
Is this only Vegas? It sounds like a Vegas thing.
You should have worn that hat. It would have been perfect.
Oh, you know what? It was in my car before I came out here.
So do girls come in?
I don't know, man.
And they have to have like a certain rack because.
Oh, is there tryouts?
Yeah, but if you got stuff that just is flapping all over the place, I don't know, man.
Wow. Holly Saunders, guys. Holly Saunders starting a topless sports league. So welcome into Sports with Balls. That's the way we'll start the show. We're at halftime right now, the Michigan State-Kansas State game. Kansas State up by 5 on Michigan State. Good. I had them plus a 1.5, so just outperform them by 4 points or 5 points on the way, and we're good to go.
In the money.
I want to talk about this Lamar Jackson situation. Right before we came on air, on the way here actually, there was a memo sent out to the NFL clubs informing them that a guy by the name of Ken Francis is going to be representing Lamar Jackson and that NFL teams were not allowed to talk to this guy. He is not an NFLPA certified agent, and he cannot negotiate for Lamar Jackson. This Lamar Jackson situation is getting awkward, man.
It is
fast.
It's getting weird, but to me, just by looking at it from the outside, obviously I'm on the outside, but it doesn't sound like he really wants to be with the Ravens anymore. And I don't blame him because when you look at the head coach, John Harbaugh, I mean, he's been there for, God, how long now? And they've been to 1 Super Bowl under his
Lamar
belt,
Jackson
right?
hasn't.
No,
Jackson has
yeah,
it.
but John Harbaugh.
Yeah,
It's
the
like,
Harbaugh Bowl.
It just seems like
Scarborough
Ravens have
Scarborough
lost-
Bowl.
They were up here 2
Yep.
years ago, and it just seems like they've lost gas. I think he sees that. He wants that big contract like Deshaun Watson. So
Yeah, his whole thing is guaranteed money.
yeah,
That's it.
that's it.
And they're not willing. The Ravens have made it very apparent that they're not willing to give it to him. Now, there's also a feeling out there that whatever team offers Lamar Jackson whatever, the Ravens have 5 days to match that offer, and that they'll match it regardless. They're just waiting on another team to offer him something.
To see what's up.
Yeah, to see where the market is, basically.
right.
Because we all know the Deshaun Watson thing kind of reset the market as far as quarterbacks are concerned. And Baltimore, which I absolutely love this, is kind of reeling it back in. Like, no. We're not giving you $250 guaranteed.
Right.
That's ridiculous. Like, even if you get hurt, and especially for Lamar Jackson, who is a very mobile and running quarterback, him getting hurt is a good possibility.
Yeah, high
There's a
likelihood.
50-50 chance he's not going to make it through the season.
Right. And that's been the case for the last 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Yep, been the case for the last 2 years.
Yeah, he was hurt. And so now the whole knock on him is that him and his mom were kind of representing him. And now you have this guy by the name of Ken Francis, who's his business partner. And by the way, Lamar Jackson just tweeted 45 minutes ago that they will be dropping a thing called The Entire Gym this summer. It says stay tuned. And this is after the NFL sent a memo to all the teams that this guy by the name of Ken Francis is not allowed to contact the teams, and they can't talk to him.
How did Laramie Tunsil get around that? That Saint Germain, is he an agent?
Yeah,
or a
I guess.
lawyer?
Okay, so you have to be certified with the NFL Players Association,
Okay.
the NFLPA.
All right.
Right, so you know all about that stuff. You know you
Sort of.
played for a little bit, especially
Had a cup of coffee, bro.
a cup of coffee in the NFL. Hey, that's more than a lot of people.
That's true.
I had 3 cups today. I feel like I've had 5 though.
You look like
What's your limit on coffee in a day?
I'm done. I quit.
You quit coffee.
I was up to at least 32 ounces in a day. Easy.
So 8. Yeah, I mean that's not bad.
Well,
that's 4 cups.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Is it?
And
I mean, look, when I
For
was
me, it was all about the gut.
morning radio, these guys drink pots, like
I
8,
just
10
couldn't-
cups. I'm not doing
I
it.
already struggle with stimulants. So for those that know me in the past, so anything that gets me into that realm of like whether it's caffeine, I try to stay away from. But what was happening with coffee was it was tearing my stomach up. You know,
I mean, it just keeps me regular. You know what I mean?
well, maybe that's the problem. That's why I weigh so much now.
People are happy that Mike Scarborough is joining Sports with Balls. Kevin Anthony says, hell yes, the return of Mike, and glad SWB is streaming. That's right, we're back. This is only the 3rd show back. Obviously, I was on doing the radio show for about, 8 months? It was a while now, but back doing this. Absolutely love it. Couldn't be happier to be back
Well,
on.
I was locked
doing-
up, basically.
Yeah. Well, what happened?
That's
Where
good.
were you the last 7 months?
Well, majority of the time I spent this past summer was in Canyon Lake outside of New Braunfels.
Yep.
And I was there for some treatment that
Concussion treatment.
Well,
We've
yeah,
talked about this. You came on
let's
my
call
other
it head-
show.
Let's call it head trauma.
Head trauma.
Yeah, because when you say concussion, people have a natural reaction to kind of veer away from it,
Yeah.
and then they don't see it as a mental health injury.
Sure.
So that's why I'm calling it what I'm calling it.
I mean, look, I'm not there yet. Maybe I should be. Maybe I got concussed, head trauma in high school and in college. I had no idea. I mean, I could have.
Well,
I don't know.
Look at it from this standpoint. Say you witness something tragic or traumatic in person, like you see someone get run over. That's pretty traumatic. That's
Yeah.
That's head trauma.
Oh,
Because
okay. I
It's
gotcha.
all about cognitive behavior. So trying to tie that into what we see on the football field or in sports. I said it on your show. It's like if you blow out your ACL or if you blow out your Achilles or you have an injury, you take care of it. And right now, there's not that many people that know what to do to take care of when you get head trauma,
Yeah.
a head injury, or let's call it a concussion. So I spent a greater part of my 2019 researching what I could do to better my cognitive behavior because it was all over the place in
Sure.
2019. And then in 2022, as you witnessed, I started to kind of get into that zone, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that's one of the symptoms of CT. I'm not saying I have CT. I don't
Yeah.
think I do. But I do have enough head trauma to warrant the fact that I could have it. But I'm not going to live my life living under that umbrella.
Sure.
I've been somewhat a little disappointed with the guys that I've been in contact with, but I understand. I get it because they're scared. They don't know what to do. They don't want to. They can't trust anybody.
Yeah.
And it's a laundry list of things. So it's very complex. But
You feel better now, though.
I do.
It's still a long road, but you feel better.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
I felt good coming out, and then there's certain times of the year. I think it might be due to daylight savings, but January and February are traditionally very
Really?
tough months for me. Yeah, very
Man.
tough.
Well,
So-
at least you're out. You're out
Yeah.
walking.
Out walking.
You're out walking.
Walking.
You got a female partner now.
I got my girlfriend. She's been.
Sounds so.
Yeah, she
Why
was,
not say it like that? A female, like
Nah.
you had a male before.
No, we've been going now for almost.
watch
It's
out.
been 2 years plus a couple months. She's been real patient with me because like I said,
Man,
last year got.
God bless her. What's her name?
Cat.
Kat. God
Yeah,
bless you,
yeah,
Kat,
yeah,
for
yeah,
putting up with Scarborough. over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I had to. For
Y'all
the-
had to put up with me too on a couple of shows. I couldn't sit still.
Look, speaking of the show and people that we have to put up with, one of them, Austin Bauer, who owns Diamond Auto Spa. Man, it's an elite detailing company that offers only the best quality work and customer service. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, ceramic coatings, paint protection film, vinyl wraps, window tinting. We don't do customers, we detail them, or diamonds in the detail. You've been
I
over
like
there
it.
and watched this guy work,
Man,
right?
I love it. Austin is passionate what he does. It doesn't look like a job to him. It looks like something he just loves to do. And I've seen him do some things with some cars that's just unbelievable. I mean, he knows all the technology. He has all the tools over there, but he has the experience too. So
He's passionate about that stuff, man.
yeah, and he's actually pretty cool to hang out with. So man, I haven't seen Austin since last year. And I'm glad to see that he's still
Give him a
still running and
shout.
gunning, yeah.
346-319-5961. info@diamondautospot.com or www.diamondautospot.com. Go make your appointment. Get it done. He, like I said, does all sorts of stuff.
Cool
man.
logo.
Yeah. Let's get back to some sports. Lamar Jackson, we were talking about. I don't know what the situation is. It's so confusing on what he's doing. He hired this guy named Ken. What did I say?
Francis.
Ken Francis is not a certified agent, so the teams can't talk with him. And now he posted that him and Ken are dropping something called the entire gym this summer. Stay tuned.
They're going to be on Shark Tank later on.
Yeah, Does he have CTE? This sounds like some Antonio Brown type
it's
stuff, right?
starting to
It's
slide.
starting to get. It's
slide,
starting to
man.
go
It's starting to
downhill.
slide. Okay, Lamar, hit me
I
up,
want
bro.
250, and then you do this crazy stuff.
Well,
and-
see, the thing about the 250 is that the Cleveland Browns were so desperate. No one's going to
yeah.
get that contract.
No. And I think that he's finding that out
It's
now.
not the
I
benchmark.
think the Ravens
Right.
were like, "Go ahead, bro.
No, yeah.
Good luck."
Good luck.
And
Good
that's
luck.
what he's starting to run into now.
Yep.
Now the Ravens, I think they offered him 180 guaranteed or 150 guaranteed. Good contract. I think it was 250, 270 total.
That's still
Great.
38 million
And he's
a
like,
year.
no.
That's 38 million a year, right?
Oh, come on,
Close
man.
to it.
And I understand. I get the process, the thought process, where he's like, I'm better than Deshaun Watson. I'm better than Kyler Murray. I'm younger than Aaron Rodgers. I get it. I understand all that. But come on, man. Like, you are a mobile running quarterback that gets injured. And look, I get it. You're younger than Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers is not a mobile quarterback.
Right.
He's not
Yep.
running around.
Nope.
You're if I'm a team looking at Lamar Jackson, I'm thinking he's got, 5 years left? 5 good years.
Good years.
Good
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
left. And
He
then
peaked at 19, in my opinion.
Cam Newton. Look what happened to Cam Newton.
Boom, just
NFL
fall.
MVP
Quick.
because he was scrambling and running
Yep.
around, shoulder problems, ankle problems, knee issues,
back,
everything.
everything.
Back issues.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
And now you got Cam. I'm better than 32 other quarterbacks.
Maybe 64.
Come on, man.
Not 32. I wouldn't put him as a starter. But no, Lamar.
And the thing, okay, and that's the thing right there with Cam Newton. He will not take a backup job. That's his issue. That's the same Lamar Jackson attitude that's going to lose you a lot of money.
lose a lot of money, and then you're going to be sitting watching the football games
Yep.
from the bar.
Yeah, I agree. It's a travesty that a team like Cleveland did that, and we all knew this was coming. If you follow the NFL, if you follow contracts, you know this is coming.
And you know who's paying for it is Cleveland.
Yeah.
Dude.
Dude.
Jadavian's gone. They still got Myles Garrett on defense, but they're going to have to do something in this draft this year for them to justify paying Deshaun Watson, because there's not going to be an excuse for Deshaun missing more than half of the season. half the season.
He
last
played.
year,
He
so.
played worse his last 6 games of the season last year with Cleveland when he came back off his suspension than he did his first 6 games as a Houston Texan.
As a rookie.
Yeah, as a rookie.
Right, so he's like
Yeah.
a rookie all over again.
was
last
so
year.
bad,
But
yeah.
look what he did his following year with Houston.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
look, the verdict is still out, and look, I'm taking away his off-field stuff. I don't want to get into all that. Whatever, we all know what happened, and we're not. Okay. I'm not okay with it. A lot of people aren't, but the NFL apparently is. So they moved on. So I'm just talking about his on-field actions. This year's a big year for him.
Huge.
We'll see. We'll
So,
see.
Let me get this straight. With the new amount of games that are played, it's 17, right?
Yes.
So it's 8 to 9 home games
Yeah.
a year,
Yeah.
depending on. Deshaun, I don't think realized that 7 out of those 8 or 9 are played in weather with wind blowing
Yeah.
off the river and just conditions that aren't conducive. When's the last time they had a quarterback that was worth a shit?
Oh, the Browns?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dude.
Worth a shit, really.
Baker. Look, okay, Baker.
on.
But he beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs. He did, and so if you're talking about relevancy, that's maybe it
He's
for.
not-
there's that Twitter guy or that
Bernie
meme-
Kosar, bro. Bernie Kosar.
Look, we all know the legacy of the Cleveland Browns and how bad things are over there. And
Tim Couch.
that's why they were willing to pay $230 million guaranteed
Right.
to
So-
try to come out of that hole.
And what I'm saying is that Deshaun playing in that climate, I think that was a shock to his system.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because
We'll
he
see.
comes at the end of the year and he's playing in really crappy weather. So anyway,
He's a
that's my
talented guy. We'll
2
see if he
cents.
comes out.
I want to see him do good, man. I like a good comeback story, especially after what he's been through.
Okay, so I got a little info on this Ken Francis guy that's trying to negotiate the Lamar Jackson contract. He is a Florida man who's most recently was pitching a home fitness invention. Does this not sound like Antonio Brown? I mean, this is crazy. So this is the guy that Lamar Jackson has hired to negotiate his contract. He's pitching a home fitness invention. He's now trying to negotiate a 9-figure contract with NFL teams who are being told they are not allowed to negotiate with him because he's not a certified agent.
Train wreck.
This is not going to end well.
No, it's
This
not.
is more bad. You know, girls and guys date people with red flags, and we just talked about the Cleveland Browns. Their red flags are everywhere. This is more
This is
red
a red
flags
flag.
for Lamar
This
Jackson.
is the start of the
This is
downhill
more teams
slide.
going, who? Why'd you? What? Now
What are
you're
you thinking?
You're
Now you're
partnering
out
up-
of the box, bro.
Ah,
You're way out of the
dude.
box.
He's been hanging out with John Morant, bro. So-
Or Brown.
I don't know. Look, I mean, there's certain people out there that will say Lamar Jackson is making a great decision. Screw the NFL. Screw him. But they're the ones that pay your bills, man.
I kind of, like as I mentioned earlier, I kind of smell a Shark Tank episode.
Yeah,
with
well, I
Lamar
mean, apparently
Jackson.
this guy's got an invention. He's got a fitness invention that if Lamar Jackson thinks he's going to make more money with this guy and his at-home fitness invention than he is with
Hey,
the Cleveland
man.
Browns at $200 million.
Hey,
know, man.
Lamar and this dude been hanging out in the
This
club.
is he inventing the Foreman grill
Nah, man.
all over
Hey,
again?
you know they've been hanging. Remember, when we were 20, we guys would get together, and we're doing our thing, and we have these great ideas. We're gonna
Yeah.
take over the world, blah blah. Lamar and this dude St. Francis.
You and I did that in my garage a few times.
but I wasn't messed up. Well, I was a little. I did have. I know. I did have some truth.
I'm not saying when this was. I'm just saying it
Yeah.
happened.
But I think that him and Lamar, this guy Ken and Lamar have been hanging out in the club.
Yeah.
Popping bottles.
Yeah.
And this dude just like making
Bro,
Lamar.
got an idea.
eating- yeah. Bro.
I got it. How many times,
Yeah.
everybody listen to the show.
You
or
know
watch
you
it.
done
Yeah,
it.
how many times have you done this?
done
And you're like, hey, man, it's going to change the world. I got the greatest idea, man. And
7
the next
minute
morning,
abs.
7 minute abs. Yeah, you wake up the next morning and you're like, the hell?
I'm not taking the call, bro.
Oh, my God. Yeah, anyway,
Sunday
so
fun day.
The Lamar Jackson. Look, I'm here for it. I'm in the business of content, so bring it on.
coming.
Bring it on. Maybe him and Antonio Brown will get together and do something. Speaking of quarterback and wide receiver getting together, we'll move on just for a second. Odell Beckham Jr. has now reportedly him and the New York Jets have mutual interest in a multi-year deal as they continue to negotiate with Aaron Rodgers, who's still a Green Bay Packer at this moment. But Odell wants to team up with the Jets, who now just remind me of maybe an old NBA team trying to put old players together.
Yeah, it's like let's get the old crew to it.
Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me.
Jordan,
Yeah,
Drexler, Barkley. Yeah. Come on, let's go, guys.
Yeah,
one more time.
It's sort of what it's reminding me of, man. And I don't know. The New York Jets are a very sparky team. They're young. Their defense is great. They're a playoff fringe team. Aaron Rodgers makes them a playoff team, I believe. But I just Odell, Aaron Rodgers, okay. So the New York, like I said, they're very young. Breece Hall is a monster. He got hurt, but he's going to be back. And they're all offense and defense. I think they have 11 starters that are under 23 years old.
It's a young team.
Odell Beckham Jr. and Aaron Rodgers will not fit in.
No.
I'm going to tell you right now they won't. Yes, they will be old. They will not be able to go out to the clubs and hang with these dudes and then play.
They don't even speak the same lingo.
No, it's. I'm telling you, that situation
locker room divided.
May not work.
Old geezers with the young dudes.
And right now, it looks like Aaron Rodgers is going to the Green Bay Packers, and they've said it. Aaron said it.
That Odell Beckham is going to the Green Bay Packers.
Well, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers going to the New York Jets.
Yes.
That's what he said. That's the mutual interest. And now OBJ is going over there. We already know that Alan Lazard, his teammate, went over there.
But then you have a laundry list.
Did these things ever work out?
Is Mercedes Lewis coming with them?
Well, so okay, there was a little bit of confusion when this. Mercedes, yeah. There was
18 catches.
That wasn't Aaron Rodgers saying, "Hey, I have to get these players." That wasn't. That was taken out of context for sure. That was just Aaron saying, "Hey, look,
that was a wish list.
These guys are if they're available, let's try to get these guys." That's it. So it got blown out of proportion where Aaron was like, "Get these guys, or I'm not coming."
Okay, good.
That's not the way that it was going to happen in the first place. But I think OBJ can be a productive wide receiver. I think Aaron Rodgers can still be a productive quarterback. I mean, hell, take last year out of the mix, even though, look, you got to count it, but he had new wide receivers. It just looked like he was off with his ayahuasca thing and his witch girlfriend and whatever, man, whatever he was doing. But he was the back-to-back MVP of the NFL prior to last season.
Right.
So he still does have a little bit of, he's still got some juice going. I don't know how much.
He's got a little juice going, but he's not going to be the MVP again. I think
the Jets had, 7 or 8 wins? So I don't. I mean, what are you expecting with Aaron Rodgers?
Well, I give him 10.
10?
10.
Yeah, so that's a playoff team.
It's a playoff team.
Sure.
And then he gets in the playoffs. He's got 1 Super Bowl ring.
Good point. I think that's what the Jets are going for. Get us into the playoffs, and then we'll see. Because anything can happen on any given Sunday with Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So if that's what they want, they got it. And if you're a Jet fan, are you happy?
I mean, no. And yes, because
I think you're more excited about Breece Hall. Maybe you draft a young quarterback or something. But look, you got Aaron Rodgers. Don't look for next year's draft because you're going to be a team for the year after. If Aaron stays there again, your draft picks are out the window.
Right.
You're done. So I wonder. You're putting all your eggs in one basket.
That's it. And I don't see that. I don't see how it's going to work, but I could be wrong. I mean, stranger things have happened, but traditionally the Jets, just throughout history, have just kind of been a disappointment.
Well, they're like the little brother to the Giants.
Right. And they're also the uniforms suck.
Their uniforms suck? Why is that?
I mean, just look at them. It's green and white. It's like Marshall.
Look, the Jets.
Did Randy Moss look cool in a Marshall uniform? No. Who looks cool in a Jets uniform?
Joe Cool, Joe Namath.
What was the?
That's about it. Joe Namath.
What was their one and only? Like Joe Namath. He won a Jet, was he?
Yeah, he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
he
only looked cool when he was smoking a cigarette on the side.
For some reason, my internet's not working, so we'll just have to go off of what I'm doing right now.
Jeff,
it is what
Jeff is going to just read off the teleprompter now, so you know what happens then.
What?
You obviously have never
seen
teleprompter.
You have never. Look, this show's not even scripted, so I don't use a teleprompter.
You've never seen.
Are you still going with the movie?
Yeah, you've never seen. You and Cole. It's Cole worthy. Cole, y'all can watch.
Cole can watch Anchorman.
Absolutely.
By the way, that's my 8-year-old son. I don't know.
That's Coltrane. Do you remember Coltrane? Remember when I called you Coltrane? But you said no, it's Lambert.
So we'll see what happens with Aaron Rodgers and Odell Beckham Jr., Alan Lazard, Mercedes Lewis, a few other people. But look, we're in Houston, Texas. So I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the actual Houston Texans, who have made a ton of moves.
Good moves on defense.
Man, look, they have got this is what Nick Casario has done. Denzel Perryman, Dalton Schultz, Devin Singletary, Sheldon Rankins, Jimmy Ward, Robert Woods, Noah Brown, Corey Littleton, Andrew Beck, and Michael Dieter.
That's
5
11.
of those players are pretty damn good.
That's 11.
5 of those players are serviceable.
That's 11. That's 11 players. You know, there's 11 players on defense, 11 players on offense.
Let's not forget they had the number 2 and the number 10
12.
pick, or
No,
12, and number 12 pick in the draft.
Okay.
Texans won how many games last year?
4.
Three. And they shouldn't have won 3. Damn tight end at the end. Well, I don't know. Blame that on.
Why did he catch that? Look what position that put him in. But this what creates the
We
drama.
play to win.
Though. This what creates the drama.
Yeah,
This
no,
is
I loved it. I
the
loved
NFL loves it. They love what's going on right now because if Houston would have lost that game, we all know who they would pick for their first pick. It's Bryce Young.
Well, so this brings into the point where Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud just did his pro day yesterday. Bryce Young did it today. But yesterday, so the Carolina Panthers moved up, traded with Chicago. Carolina Panthers are on the clock, and they were all over this kid C.J. Stroud yesterday. Pretty much almost confirming that they were going to pick him. Now, I don't know if this is smoke and mirrors. I have no idea. But Texans are number 2. Do you go with Bryce Young? They take C.J. Stroud, which it looks like they're going to do. If you're the Houston Texans, do you take 5'10", 195-pound Bryce Young?
This is who they take. They take the guy that they want the most. And if he's not there, then you take the best athlete, the best football player that's available in the draft, whether that's Bryce Young or someone else. I don't think Bryce Young is the best athlete. He's the best quarterback, but that can also be.
If Bryce Young was 3
question.
inches taller, he's the number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah, but he did it in the SEC, and he was successful. He's accurate.
Yeah.
You know, the NFL's different nowadays. You can't be as rough with the quarterback. And the way the offenses are designed, they're designed to throw through windows, not over people. If you're throwing through someone's back, that route was dead anyways because it's too late.
Yeah.
I can get into all kinds of technical windows
those are
and all that stuff.
solid points for drafting a 5'10" quarterback. You can't touch him.
But you even at 6'4", you still can't see over a 6'7" lineman. And
but you just made up another good point to that. He played in the SEC. All those linemen are 6'5", 6'7".
Yeah.
You know, 300 pounds.
And the same guys that he played against are going to be the guys that are in the NFL. The same guys he played in college.
The lineage the lineage of short NFL quarterbacks is short.
Drew Brees.
Doug Flutie. Maybe. If you want to put him in there.
Johnny Manziel. Just kidding. Drink happy thoughts, Johnny. Drink happy thoughts.
I saw Johnny not too long ago. The Texans, I want Will Levis.
What?
I'm telling you.
Why?
I got a feeling.
He's the least accurate out of all of them. That I think he's as accurate throwing the ball as Anthony Richardson, which is.
I'm over here. It's March Madness, so I'm over here checking. I got money on the game. Come on, Kansas.
Shit.
Oh, Kansas State is down. Damn it. There's 13 minutes left. We got plenty of time. So there's an option out there at number 3 that the Indianapolis Colts will trade up with Arizona, and they will take Will Levis because they need a quarterback too. So the Texans would be now. We know how these pro days goes. All these things may change. Will Levis may come out there and blow everybody's socks off, and then they start talking about him, and he moves up. You just never know.
The scouting department, the GMs, and the head coaches, they have watched enough film right now that they know exactly who they want to go with. The thing with Carolina, I don't know if it's a bunch of charades with the head coach, the owner, the GM, and all those guys going up there and taking them to dinner at night. The guy's already shown that he can interview well and he's good around people.
Bryce
C.J. Stroud. Since the draft, because before that was a question mark. So the way I read into it is Texans have the guy that they want. All right.
I worry about. Look, I think
I think they want C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, I think they would too. I think if it was
they
up
do.
to them, they'd take C.J. Stroud. He played excellent versus Georgia. The kid
So
was amazing.
are they afraid not to make moves to trade up to that one spot?
Yeah, well, no,
because
Carolina.
no?
They're not. Carolina traded up to that position for probably C.J. Stroud.
Right.
So they're not moving.
Okay,
So
you're
your
saying-
options are Bryce Young, Will Levis, or Anthony Richardson. Because so the first 5 picks in the draft, 4 of them are going to be QBs.
Yep. I don't think so.
There you go.
I don't think so. I don't think there's going to be a shocker.
Look, if it's
there's
me,
going to be a shocker.
Probably. If it's me, if
look-
I'm Nick Caserio, I am not drafting a quarterback this year. Next year's quarterback class is through the roof.
I agree with that, and I'll tell you why. Because if he drafts a quarterback this year and it doesn't go well, he's done.
No, look.
done.
We've
No,
had.
he's done.
No, we. I'm not I'm not a Texans fan, but the Texans have had 2 back-to-back African American coaches that have been fired after 1 year. So they're not going to do it again.
No, the GM.
Oh, Nick Caserio?
Nick Caserio.
Oh yeah, he's gone.
No. D'Amico's not going
D'Amico,
anywhere.
I love D'Amico Ryan hire.
You know,
And look, they're already making changes. I just and that sucks for Nick Caserio that all of his marbles are on the
right
table.
here.
This is it.
Right here.
This is it, man.
Yeah.
You need to make the Houston Texans. And I'll be honest with you, since they hired D'Amico Ryans, the stigma and all these trades that they've done and all these pickups that they've done in the offseason already, the stigma's kind of changed in Houston. It doesn't have that black cloud over it right now.
I think because guys are excited to play for D'Amico.
That's
what
what
he brings to the
sort
table.
of changed the atmosphere in Houston. Speaking of,
But how long does that change last?
Yeah, we'll see. You got to win. You have to. They had 3 wins
Or
last
at least
year.
be competitive.
If they have Bryce Young, if they draft Bryce Young or Will Levis,
You know
or
what?
they're going to win 6 or 7
I
games.
know you got to cut to commercial break, but before we go, the Texans' defense, all right, was not very good last year. And the reason why they weren't good is because the 2 guys in the middle got pushed around like they're on ice skates. All right, linebackers had no chance to be a part of anything last year. The moves that have been made are to change that.
Yeah.
And if you go back and you look at the games, as bad as they were, they still were in the game. So a couple of additional guys.
Yeah,
at
they'll
defense,
be one of those teams that doubles their wins.
Yeah.
There's always 1 or 2 teams, maybe 3 teams that double their wins, and the Texans will get 6, 7 wins next
Yeah.
year. And so I think they'll be all right. I think Texan fan will be happy. If not, man, just move.
I'm just not wild
just
about
move,
Bryce Young.
Move
being-
the team.
If,
I'm not either.
If they go with C.J. Stroud,
It's
I'm
not
not. I'm like, I gotta have Bryce Young.
It's not a splash.
It's not a splash.
It's not sexy.
There's too many question marks.
Yeah. Well, there's one question mark.
His ability.
That's it. All right, guys. We're sitting over here at Christian's Tailgate in almost said Midtown. They got 5 different locations here in Houston, Texas. They have food to go. They've got it on Uber Eats. Get your food because today, or come up and join us, man. We're here. Today is National Chips and Dip Day.
Oh,
Should we order?
if I was at Chewy's,
Chewy's?
yeah, I love that jalapeno lime sauce.
That is damn good. They don't have the
jalapeno ranch.
Yeah, no, it's not ranch.
And no,
Better
it
not
shouldn't
be.
order because I'm stuffed. I don't know if you've seen my boobies.
You need to
lately.
go walking.
I need a lot of.
It's
walking.
also National Puppy Day. We just got a new puppy a little bit ago. What else
I got
is it
one
today?
too. We were like Twinkies, bro.
National Chip and Dip Day. Tamales. Tamale Day.
Tamales.
It's okay day.
It's okay to be okay.
It's okay, Mike. It's going to be okay. And that's because you guys are listening to Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael. He's Mike Scarborough. Joining me on the show, he's been on the show plenty of times before. Of course, played football for University of Texas, football for the TCU Horned Frogs. And now joins me every now and then to entertain you guys on some hot sports topics as we get through this hour. Right now, we're in the middle of March Madness. It just started. I have Kansas State in this game that's playing right now. They're playing Michigan State, and I want to tell you a little secret that I've figured out, and it has to do with covering the spread and how I'm betting. And I've been
So is
I've
this
been
a Jeff
hit-
Michael tip?
This is a Jeff Michael betting tip. You guys ready?
Listen, guys.
You ready to do it? So tonight's games, I took Kansas State plus the 1.5, UConn -4, Florida Atlantic plus 5.5, and UCLA -1.5. And that is all because you got UConn -4 as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's also my big bet. So that's my parlay bet. But I did put UConn just by itself for 2. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I got UConn -4. This gentleman has UConn -4 for 1,000. Hey, there you go. There's your betting tip. And I rarely do the NFL. I mean NBA, but I put the Oklahoma City Thunder +4. And here, I'm going to tell you what. Here's the deal about these games coming up. Take the Michigan State-Kansas State game already off the table. But UConn is beating Arkansas 46-29. So pretty much almost got to lock in on that one. There's still 20 seconds left in the first. All right, Florida Atlantic. You gotta see this, man. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So if you guys go to ESPN or wherever you watch or wherever you get your scores from, Florida Atlantic is playing Tennessee at 8 p.m. Against the spread, Tennessee is 18-17. Florida Atlantic 22-11 against the spread. Give me Florida Atlantic plus the 4.5 all day long. UCLA,
It's that simple.
UCLA and Gonzaga, go to against the spread. Look at Gonzaga, 13-20 against the spread. UCLA, 21-13. Give me UCLA
21-13,
all day long. I'm just playing against the spread odds.
Well, you got it.
Hey.
You got a high streak.
And
bro.
they've been going. So I've got.
If it was that simple, everybody would be doing it.
I
Jeff.
know. Look, I didn't crack some secret code. I totally understand that, man. But right now, if I can get Kansas State to either
Did you
win
name Ken
this,
Francis?
right? If I can get Kansas State to win this game, or at least lose by 1 point because I got a plus 1.5, I'll have won that first leg of the parlay. UConn is blowing the doors off Arkansas. I'll have won that second leg. And then all I need is 2 more. I got my rent paid.
Boom.
I'm just saying.
Drop the mic.
Just saying. So I just look, gambling. A lot of these people that gamble a lot, it's just you take your heart into it. You don't do your research. Like all the professional gamblers. I'm not trying to be a professional gambler, and I never will be. But do your research. That's all you got to do. And I never bet for University of Houston. I never bet for the Texas Longhorns. I never bet the Texans or the Rockets. Any team that I'm somewhat invested in. Mentally.
You don't want to hate them.
Yeah. I leave it out of it.
You lose money on them, and then you don't want to let.
Not
watch
doing
them
it.
anymore.
Kansas State up by 1.
Hey.
Welcome into the show, guys that are just joining us. We started a little late, so we'll go to about 7:20, 7:30 tonight, man. Thank you guys for joining Sports with Balls. Catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, all your social media sites. Go follow us. Follow me on Twitter, JeffMichael_422. Let's see. I don't have Mike's Twitter. You have a Twitter?
No, I have no Twitter. Yeah. I am completely off
You
social
don't-
media. For
You
the
don't
most
tweet?
part. No, I've been fired off of social media.
Did you see? Okay, since you've been chilling and relaxing, you're working your butt off now. I know you said you got a new job and you long days.
It's a job.
Thank you for making it
Oh,
over here.
God, it's a job. No, I'm actually grateful for it. It's different to be working as. It reminds me of building homes back when I got out of football. I went straight into home building. So
Did you see?
I'm not building homes all the way.
Did you see the World Baseball Classic?
Man, I went to a thing with my sister. I missed the entire game.
What?
Up until the final inning. That's all I needed to see. That at bat, the fact that Mookie Betts grounded out in that double play,
Yeah.
and it set up that dramatic potential with one swing of the bat. Casey at bat, he could hit a home run for God's sakes, right?
That was absolutely breathtaking. Like, it was
3-2?
crazy to
Takes
watch
it to 3-2.
teammates go at it.
Go at it.
And 2 of the best players in the world. And to watch Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout go, that was fantastic. And there's a stat out there that Mike Trout's only struck out or
Swung
three times, like
It missed
2,000 or 1,600
24 times.
Yeah, but he out of
Out of
his
6,100 at bats.
yeah, that is
So whatever it is.
just insane, man.
So he took 3. Okay, if it's 3-2, and I guess you're swinging for the fences no matter what, right?
Yeah, no, he
Because
needed a home
every
run.
swing
Mookie
was
Betts.
for the fence.
Mookie Betts grounded in the double play, and that was just gut-wrenching to watch. But the USA played great. Japan played great. Their
That's
pitching.
That's 3 for them.
It was unreal.
So they're kind of like the Astros.
Approximately 97.4% of TVs in Japan were tuned in to watch Shohei Ohtani strike out. 97.4% of all
like-
TVs in Japan, dude.
The only people that didn't watch were the ones that didn't have TV.
That
That had TV.
Wow.
That had. So they actually know how many people have TVs.
No, it just, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It just said of the TVs in Japan. Wow. Sports with balls, man. Only place you get this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. And Bob Nightingale, who a good buddy of mine, we have him on the show every now and then, said that the WBC is returning in 2026. There was a lot of speculation because Edwin Diaz, from the Mets got hurt, but that was in celebration. That had nothing to do with the actual play on the field.
Right.
And then
one major player, I'll tell you.
And then if you're the Houston Astros, that was hard to watch. And I watched that sequence of pitching, man. That was not that he just didn't have it. He didn't try to hit Altuve. It wasn't there.
Okay, right. And that
He had thrown two wild pitches prior to that.
It's unfortunate. But do you think maybe in those situations, now that these guys are having to learn how to re-pitch basically with the pitch count, even though they didn't have the pitch count, maybe tweaking that little thing going into the World Baseball Classic, maybe that guy just didn't have the right control that day.
No, he didn't, like, at all.
Right.
He didn't. Now, should the manager have pulled him? Maybe. I probably would have. We'll see how that all ends up. But they're bringing it back, and I've heard nothing but great things. Unless you're a massive Jose Altuve Houston Astro fan, you loved that. You loved the World Baseball Classic. It was phenomenal to watch. And let's be honest.
The games are great.
Let's be honest. The USA didn't have their best pitching. Verlander wasn't there. There was a lot of U.S. pitchers that weren't there. And I'm not saying Japan doesn't deserve to win. They played incredible. They pitched incredible. We had our best hitters.
McCullers wasn't there. I'm just kidding.
McCullers for the Astros.
If you know me, you know me. You know why I said that.
McCullers is out again.
That little
Out again.
Precious young man in him.
Yeah, Lance. Get it together. Today in the baseball world, heard some bad news. Rhys Hopkins was carted off the field after suffering a non-contact left injury. That is the first baseman for the Philadelphia Phillies. Bad injury. It looked like. Hopefully he's not out for the year. But Philly, if they lost Rhys Hoskins, woo, that's a big loss. That is a huge loss. So baseball, opening day, 9 days away. What's your feelings about the Houston Astros?
Obviously going to start a little slow. But I still
without
think,
Altuve, I think they'll be fine.
What do you think? Over under on 90 game. 90 game win.
Over.
95?
Well, see, here's the thing. I think you need Alvarez for 3/4 of the season, and that's going to be hard. That guy's always injured too.
Always hurt.
He's actually injured right now. I think he started. Maybe he played today. I don't know.
No, he did play today, and he hit 2 rockets to center field, but just short.
There you go.
Going over.
But you got Altuve. It's injuries, right? And then don't let one or two of our starting pitchers get hurt.
Well, we already have McCullers down, and then this guy Brown that was supposed to step up.
Yeah, Hunter Brown is having back soreness. We now know McCullers isn't starting the season healthy.
He is throwing on the field, though. He is throwing.
Thank you, Lance.
God, Lance.
Altuve's out.
$27 million.
But look, they've got the Astros fine players. They do very well, and I think they'll be okay. Over under 90? Wow, that is a good one. I say over 92, 4,
See,
5.
my brother said 95. So
Yeah.
I'm okay. So we're still gonna be. I don't. Man, they had a magical team. They've had a magical team. They still have the pieces, the main pieces there. Okay, but there's something about this year that. I have a little bit of apprehension about.
Well, yeah. Look,
the momentum is not going into the season right now. They're backed up.
Well, I think that now the Houston Astros, and I said this they needed to win another World Series to get that monkey off their backs,
And
right?
they did.
And now they have, but their bullseye is on the Houston Astros. At 100%.
Absolutely.
Their lineup is ridiculous. Look, Dusty Baker's done a great job. A lot of people wanted to get rid of Dusty after the first year.
I know.
He's sort of a transition coach, but the Houston Astros look, they're poised to get in the playoffs. Look, repeating is hard. I don't know. I don't know how that's all going to work out. There's always surprise teams. We don't know what's going to go on with. Look, Seattle may step up. We don't know. We have no idea.
That's why they play the game.
Yeah, but the Astros are good. They will be in the playoffs, barring a bunch of crazy injuries like they've already had. But
So get them out of the way early. Let some of these new guys
you
get
need
some
to be
time under their belt.
hot and healthy in October.
Give some guys some time under their belt, right? Give some of these new guys time under their belt so they can get accustomed to playing in the big leagues because they got Dubon that's fairly young. You got Jake Myers that's coming back from an injury.
I was not as upset with everybody about the Altuve thing because, look, let's be honest. Altuve did not perform in the playoffs last year.
No,
everybody remembers
no
that. It was a bad.
0 for 21.
Yeah, 20-something. It was a lot.
Yeah. Sorry.
And they're going to have to eventually move on from Jose Altuve. So let's get some other guys out there. You guys were so pissed about the Carlos Correa thing. What happened?
Okay, Pena.
You know, you guys were so mad about George Springer. What happened? You guys were so pissed off about Verlander. What happened?
Well, still remain to be seen.
Yeah,
with
but look, our pitching's fine. But I just they know what they're doing, and I don't. Altuve is going. We're going to move on from him regardless. He had the yips 2 years ago throwing to first base.
He did have the yips, and he's a horrible base runner. Horrible.
Altuve, I think, in my opinion, and look, that's what I'm valued for.
I love the guy.
Altuve, yes, locker room presence, dugout, and leadership. That's what he's there for now.
Yeah.
And now,
he's gonna hit. He's gonna hit 300.
American League. I got the Astros going.
Yeah. I'll take that. There's just something. There's something that's there's not the same. And when I was watching the World Series last year, I went to a couple places. I think watched some with my brother maybe, or I can't remember. But there was just like this ho-hum feeling. Oh, we won the World Series. No, we went to we were right. What's the old place to get cheesesteaks?
Cheesesteaks.
Yeah, what was that? Man, it used to
What
be. I don't want to say it because we're at Christian's Tailgate, where they have really good food and really good burgers, by the way. That water looks fantastic. Can't wait to get some of that.
Yeah, well, look, when we get off air,
Texadelphia.
Yeah.
That's where we watched.
That place is still open,
dude. I was outside talking to a group of people, my girlfriend and one of her friends, and I missed the Jordan bomb almost by 1 second. I turned around just in time.
Just catch him hit.
He hit the bomb, and I sharded my pants. I sharded my pants.
Did you scream and shard at the same time?
Because it happened just like that.
Wow.
Just like this guy.
Yeah, there you go. Kansas State now up by 5 on Michigan State. UConn blowing out Arkansas at halftime. The Sweet 16 is in full effect. Look, and we're in Houston. Next week, guess where college basketball comes?
Houston.
H-Town. Houston has been a busy place for sports.
Busy. Oh, we've been busy with the rodeo. Now we get the Final Four.
Freaking rodeo, man.
Oh,
I'm over it.
Are you going to pick one night to go out during Final Four?
Man, whenever
you said you were going to talk about it. It's been lingering in the back of my mind.
When you get a little older, I'm not going to sit here and tell you my age on air, but going out is an absolute process, man. and it's fun. I have a good time. But the recovery, it's not one, it's not two, it's the LeBron James thing. 5, 6, 7. I'm talking about days of recovery, man. Like fully recovered. Sure, I can get up and go do a couple of things. But no, I'm not 100%. It took me a week and a half to get back in the gym this last time I went out.
Bro.
Because I was unmotivated.
Very unmotivated.
It's just, and like with the kids and fit schedules into where you know that next day you have to have nothing to do.
That's right.
You need to be laying down.
Nothing.
I need, you
don't get those often.
I cannot burn the candle at both ends.
No. And I commend you for the time that you spend with MJ and Cole. It's a pretty damn amazing, bro.
Yeah. Look, he's my boy. He's my little baller. Look, did you see? Okay, so I'm gonna brag on my daughter for a minute. Did you see the video I posted of her
the one
track?
I liked?
Or the track one from yesterday? Like yeah.
She looking at you?
My 10-year-old daughter is running the 4x100, right? She's the last leg in the 4x100. She grabs the baton, starts smoking these girls, and as we're like screaming, Mila, like she just turns and looks. Well, she did a Usain Bolt and just stared and you can see in the video, and I'm like, oh my gosh! And every parent is like, what? That was a little cocky, and I'm like, yeah, well.
Well, you got two good athletes because I know Liegert over there, or Coltrane, as I like to call him.
Yeah,
he's playing baseball. Right?
Yeah. He
right, Cole?
He hits the ground balls to my daughter, so it's a lot of fun.
And then they run fast.
Before we get out of here, we got a few more minutes. I want to get back to the NFL real quick. We already talked about the Houston Texans. We talked about
NJ, you're awesome.
We talked about Aaron Rodgers. We talked about the draft coming up. And if you missed anything, go to Sports with Balls on any of your social media sites. It's all on there. The podcast will be on there. And we'll have more. We'll have more next week as well. Lauren will be back next week. Lauren Leal, of course, everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
I don't even, Look,
It's
you
gotta
went
be-
jogging and you noticed her.
Well, I was with Kat. Kat and I were walking up the new land bridge, and I saw what it appeared to be Lauren, but I wasn't for sure, and I can't remember if she remembers me, and I don't think she really
Blonde hair, real spunky.
But she ran. This girl ran
Very tan.
Okay. Look, she jogs pretty goofy.
She's
got a goofy
is she
jog.
the Jennifer Aniston on Friends jog?
She's got a goofy jog.
Oh, I got to see this.
Don't tell her I said that.
Lauren, we love you. You're the oil that makes the wheels turn in this machine.
There you go.
There you
Lauren
go.
Lillerbain. It's
All right.
got to be a disappointment when people have to look at this mug. instead of-
No, Mike Scarlett's awesome. We love to have Mike's stories on here. Look, one more time for Diamond Auto Spa, our boy Austin Bauer over there. Diamond Auto Spa is an elite detailing company that offers only the best quality work and customer service. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, ceramic coating, paint protection film, vinyl wraps, and window tinting. We don't do customers, we detail them, or diamonds in the detail. Give him a shout, 346-319-5961, info@diamondautospa.com or www.diamondautospa.com. Go check out everything over there. And,
Yeah.
of course,
if you have a nice whip,
a whip, huh?
yeah, a whip. That's what the
what the
G's
kids
call
say
a
these
whip.
days, right?
Get a nice whip. If you have a nice whip and you're not taking care of it, go see Austin. That guy, I've seen him do amazing things with finishes. I even seen him get a brand new truck. There's a F-250 trimmer.
Cleaner than it was at the show.
And he made it look even better than brand new.
There you go.
How do you do that? He did a side-by-side. He showed me. He goes, Mike, this side has da-da-da-da-da, and this side is brand new. And I'm like,
Right.
I can almost see the reflection.
Austin's going to love that I had you on the show today. Plugging the hell out of it.
No, Austin.
I love it.
Plus, he's entertaining.
We'll get you back on the show. Look, guys, we're going to get out of here. It's been a hell of a show. Obviously, Sports with Balls. Mike, thank you so much for joining the show again. Look, guys, sorry we started 30 minutes late. We had some technical difficulties. We're back on track. We'll be here next week as well. Stay tuned. Go to Sports with Balls on Twitter. Go to Sports with Balls on any of your social media sites. And I'll post where we're going to be next live. But we've got a lot of events coming up. And I got big news coming next week. I'm meeting with Lou Savarese on Monday. So news coming about that, and I'll let you guys know about that next week. So for Jeff Michael and Mike Scarborough, and also producer Jason, we appreciate you guys, man. We'll see you next time. We're out of here.
Yeah. Hey, when you're with Lou, my dad.